While Clay Swoboda looks inside for answers, Hutch Hoffman is looking somewhere much farther away and much harder to get to.
I think it's a great shame that people don't believe in Santa Claus. He's as real as anything I know. I'm Hutch Hoffman. Santa Claus is real, and so am I.
He comes from a family of explorers. His twin brother Harley is best known for capturing footage of Bigfoot in 2001. Now, Hutch Hoffman is on a hunt of his own.
Is there anyone, anything more elusive than Santa Claus?
Hoffman claims to have located Santa's workshop, and he intends to lead an expedition straight to St. Nick's front door.
The expeditions that have gone to the North Pole looking for Santa Claus, although well-meaning, they were rather misguided.
Hutch Hoffman claims that Santa's actually based at magnetic north as opposed to true geographic north. And I think that is quite possible.
The world's compasses are drawn to magnetic north. It is the center of our planet's magnetic power. But magnetic north isn't at the North Pole. It is actually located over 1,000 miles south of it. This is called magnetic declination. And to Hutch Hoffman, it is the missing piece of an age-old puzzle.
Santa Claus is at magnetic north, and I know it.
If he's at magnetic north as opposed to true geographic north, that is changing at the rate of perhaps 6 to 25 miles a year. So as this occurs, Santa would probably have to shift his workshop to tap into its maximal power.
Because the metallic region of our planet's core is fluid, it moves slowly over time. This causes the precise location of magnetic north to move unpredictably, a process called secular variation. Dr. Rule and Hutch Hoffman believe Santa's workshop is also mobile, allowing him to follow fluctuations in magnetic north.
The strength of the magnetic field peaks December 24th, thereby exponentially increasing the power of the magnetic field for about 18 to 24 hours.
This discovery led Hutch Hoffman to some conclusions of his own. He believes Santa's workshop is powered by electromagnetism.
Even Santa Claus needs a power source.
Magnetic field lines and also lightning could be utilized as cheap sources of power.
There is no other power source that's vast enough to produce that kind of workload except for the magnetism of the entire Earth.
Dr. Fion's discoveries may support Hutch's claim.
Well, what initially led us to the Sleigh Runner was somewhat of an extreme magnetic field around it.
Santa Claus is at magnetic north, and I know it.
Once he finds magnetic north, he is going to be very close to finding Santa Claus.
Hutch Hoffman will find Santa.
David Charles is a photojournalist from Arctica magazine. He has filmed Hutch's expeditions for several years, but even he has his doubts about this journey.
It's gonna take a miracle. But I believe in miracles. Do you?
I wouldn't embark on any expedition if I didn't have a strong gut feeling about it.
The real question is, once we find him, what then?
Santa Claus may not be prepared for Hutch Hoffman, but I'm going.
On December 1st, Hutch Hoffman flies from Libby, Montana to Ellesmere Island in Canada. Once there, he will rendezvous with his crew. Hutch's lightweight crew proceeds on snowmobile, attempting to cover the 300 miles to base camp before nightfall.
Well, at this latitude, what we have to do is we have to get some really precise magnetic direction.
the team switches to dog sled, a mode of transportation Hutch prefers.
In my mid-20s, I lived with the Inuit in extreme northern Manitoba.
He's a world-class musher.
Yet even Hutch found the terrain quite challenging.
The dogs that I chose for this expedition were champions. Those are speed dogs.
Although sometimes difficult to handle, Hutch maintains sled dogs are the best transport to Santa's workshop.
Just to be that much quieter, we couldn't risk tipping off the reindeer. Their senses are incredibly acute.
As they near their goal, even the trusty sled dogs would have to be left behind. To avoid detection, they'd travel the last few miles by foot.
All right, we've dropped the dogs off now. We've got the last mile to go.
We think that we're close enough at this point. We have to play it very quiet. We have to play it very careful. I believe that the calls will help to soothe any of the animals if we're close enough, and we feel that they may be as close as another couple drainages, and we want to be careful with them.
All right.
As the team pushes through the last mile, Chris and Blake make a breakthrough. While scouting the path ahead, Blake spots something phenomenal.
Fires. Take a look.
Eight tiny reindeer appear for an instant on a distant snowbank. The sighting is highly unusual, and it's a breakthrough. David Charles captures a few frames on video.
Finding that reindeer was like just a little glimpse of heaven. Little glimpse of heaven.
The animals quickly disappear, but the tracks they leave behind are striking evidence.
Perfect. This is them. This is the reindeer.
They suggest Hutch's team is getting close to the workshop, and there's something else.
They're not real deep in the snow. It's almost as if they aren't putting their whole weight into the track. These animals weigh up to 300 pounds, so these tracks are almost as if they're barely touching the ground.
I knew at that moment that we had Santa Claus.